is Margaret Ann Windsor, and that's my real name, and the name I have to go by is Peggy Dempsey Childers. Um, I won't give all the reason for that. The reason I'm doing this video is everywhere I've lived since the places I've had, even the Appalachian Trail, when I came here in '86 winter, I lived on the trail just to have a place to live over some years. And when I got a place to live, because of political reasons that I put in former Facebook and on YouTube, many tapes um, where they used, well, it's political. I was kidnapped and brought over here, and then wrote a medical malpractice book about Larry McDonald, Congressman Doctor, mind control, and programming people, modifying their behavior. Mass killings like next door to me here at Virginia Tech, um, April the 16th of '07, and I could go on and on, but I put them on previous tapes. But the last place I stayed, Corporate Suites, Affordable Corporate Suites, I had been there over the years, and I keep having to go back to the same places. No, everybody around here knows it. I try to leave, and I'm run back. I'm allergic to chemicals, and I've been force-fed them, is what's happened over the last years. And my health, it makes my immune system attack itself. My lungs, my kidneys, my veins have gotten really bad over the last years because of it. And this is because of a conspiracy of who I am and the group agency that's doing to me is law enforcement. So they've gotten away with it. Law enforcement gets things on people, and they comply either on their children or them or their company, and they comply because I'm getting whipped up on, and they think they're never going to have to pay for their crime, and they haven't. So I'll leave it at that, except for Affordable Corporate Suites that I had to leave because I asked them to not. And by the way, I've lived at these places over the years since then, since '87. And I've had to go back to them repeatedly, and they've done the same thing. They've soaked me with chemicals, come in and spray the bedding, enter illegally, and it's been a joke to where I'd roll in the bed and just about die till somehow I could get it laundered, and then they come in and do it again. Well, they've done the same thing here at Green Hill, and it's across from State Troopers, by the way, in Salem. But I wanted to say the Corporate Suites, Affordable Corporate on Northern Drive, and I don't have one of their receipts. I left there, and I stayed at another place for 14 months till they sold it out. It was Quality Inn Airport. They sold it, and I had to leave, and I won't get into that. It's a nightmare until somebody's held accountable. And this is going to go out if I don't put it on. I'm putting it up for my own, to have a copy of it. But Corporate Suites on Northern Drive, affordable. And I'm not going to show that. I've shown it before. I've got it. They actually, when I had, I'm 75 years old, by the way, and they all know they've used it deliberately over the years. Affordable Corporate's owned by Lance Cooperman, a Jewish man, I'm told. I've met him. Oh, yeah, I've met him. But the last time I stayed here at Northern Drive, Debbie McKay was the manager, and it was I mean, it's horrible what they do. But I'm just going to say this. I had shingles. They knew it. Shingles is also caused from stress from all the chemicals being used on me. It depletes my immune system. Now then, she actually gave me a letter from their corporate headquarters here telling me I had to move, and they wouldn't accept another rent payment. My rent, that was never in question. I have never been late paying the rent any of these places that become involved in keeping me homeless and breaking every law in the book, assault with chemicals, conspiracy. to commit fraud, really, you can come up with all kinds of laws they've broken, and they laugh it off because they're not going to have to pay for it. They're running me. So, um, anyway, she gave me a letter, and in it she said, according to OSHA, well, they came in and cleaned. It was a pretty place. I've always said that. It's just that they treat me different. It's political. They soak me. They don't come in and enter people's apartments and deliberately soak their bedding with, I don't know what all chemicals they use, Windex. I don't know what all they use. All I know is it just about killed me over the years, and my nose tells me, okay? And they'll just deny it, so they didn't do it until I can get an attorney or I'm taken out of this and taken home. They've killed me. The arthritis, the inflammation from it, the medicine I have to take, it's hideous what they've done. They run me from one place to the other. And at the corporate suites, I simply, because I was so sick and getting older and can't get around my lungs, everything is depleted from it. I asked them if they would let me buy non-allergenic. And at that point, they said no. And they sent me this letter, and I've already put on the other tapes, videos and stuff, what they were doing to me. I wish the world would have to look at all this, just a segment of it the last years. But anyway, they sent me, she gave me a letter, Debbie did, and it was sent from corporate, and said that they leave out all over the years that they've deliberately soaked me and all the crap they've done to me and the things I've lost when I try to put something together and I get so sick I have to move. Well, this time they gave me the letter. And I asked her, I said, well, what would you do if I go ahead and bring you I pay by money order. She said, well, I won't take it. And I said, well, then what? She says, well, I'll have the police escort you off the property. I happen to know that the law enforcement is a part of this whole thing, and I can assure you they would have, and they would have found some law to charge me with. So I took the letter, and I went up and tried to pay her, and she wouldn't take it, and she wouldn't give me a receipt, and I don't think this is going here, so I don't know what the problem is. But the receipt was that OSHA made them do it, and now that I'm here at this place, and I pay even more rent here, and really it's horrible. The bedding had urine all over the mattress and no mattress cover, and I can't get into how hideous it is. It's got fleas on the carpet. You can't walk across it. They come in, when I walk out the door, they come in and spray the bedding. And the microwave. It went out, and a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, and he was going to bring it the next day and didn't. Now then, here's receipts here that I've gotten. They're all messed up. When I pay the money each week, they've messed them up, so I've gone and tried to put it down in order. And I'll just go over here and put, for example, they're all messed up. But for example, here, I went up a week ago, this past Saturday I pay, and it's a girl that's kind of helping out while the other one's going to be gone, the manager, and here's her name. But it didn't print out. Well, this happened over at, I won't even get into it. It's too mind-boggling. But anyway, she did put the sales receipt on there, and it was 7/12/14 to 7/19, and she put the date. Now then, when I went up and paid this time, and I even asked her to correct it, it had it had this receipt, which would show me not paying this past Saturday. I asked her to correct it. She marked through it, and this is me where I've put it here to make sure that it made it right. It's got the same invoice, so it would look like I haven't paid a week that I'm behind. When I asked her to fix it, she just drew some googly glasses on it and said the next due date was 7/26, which is right. But this whole thing is ridiculous. They can do anything they want to me, and the cops sanction it.